Hello and welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
No, I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Dark Souls
Remastered.
So I did a tiny bit of grinding to get that 10,000 souls.
Yep.
I got it. So I could use the Murakuma, in which we're gonna go try and take on that Chimera again.
Manticore.
Oh yeah, because I really want you to meet one of my favorite characters, and he'll probably be your absolute favorite character.
Every character. He's with us all the time.
One of my absolute favorite character is also a boss.
Okay.
My favorite character, actually, now that I said it's a boss, I don't want to say anything.
Okay, you don't have to.
But
there's a lot of good characters, a lot of cool designs.
But hands down,
and voices.
I have one absolute favorite.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Is it the Manticore?
No.
So, have you? Oh, you don't like westerns though, but it's still worth it. You like the Coen Brothers?
A little bit.
Because they did that Buster Scruggs, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And it's a collection of short western stories, and they're on the dark side. It's really good. I recommend it to anybody though. Like, I think you'd like the James Franco one. The opening one you might not like as much. It's like got western music in it, and it's still fun. It's kind of got this like Pecos Bill feel to it, but like Coen Brothers-esque and live action instead of a cartoon. There was this movie that came out in the 80s, 90s-ish. I remember it had Cuba Gooding Jr. in it.
Woo.
And it was kind of like this, the White Knight, but a cowboy version. Like he's wearing an all-white outfit. Or the opening, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs was the first short story.
Come on.
Reminded me of it.
Get up.
Use that Estus flask. Use another Estus flask. Now roll.
Oh, I didn't do what I wanted to do. I'm so dumb.
Is that what you wanted to do?
No, so the whole reason we fought, I'll probably explain it after I beat this guy. Oh, I need to go back to the Murakuma.
You're so close.
I need to go back to the Murakuma. And okay. I could do it here.
What did you forget to do?
So we beat Pinwheel for two reasons. I was trying to get.
Who was that?
It was that guy in that little like bookshelf necromancy kind of dealio. He had 3 masks. You were talking, so you might not have seen it.
I probably completely missed it out. I was probably watching it, but not taking it in.
So he gave us this mask, the Mask of the Child. I was looking for the Mask of the Father.
Oh.
So the Mask of the Child, and we'll pull up the description real quick. This mask belongs to a naive child, slightly raises stamina recovery speed. It does the same thing as our shield. I was looking for the Mask of the Father because it's the same thing as Havel's ring.
Ah, so we don't want that mask on right now?
We can wear it. I like it.
Is there a better one, though?
Not really.
Okay, so it's still good, but it's not as good as it would have been.
Yeah, so what, so we're gonna do this real quick. So I'm gonna grab these humanities, these twin ones. I'm gonna use 2 of them.
Ha-cha-cha.
Okay, so what I wanted to do here is I can't kindle while not hollowed. That's fine. So we got the right of kindling for beating him, and that's the most important thing. I want to see if you can notice what happens when we kindle this bonfire.
I don't know. Am I gonna notice something? There's a guy there now. Another player just.
Other than you knowing what kindling does.
So is it brighter?
The bonfire is brighter, but have you noticed anything else? It's on screen.
No, I'm not.
We have 20 Estus flasks.
Oh. Well, there you go.
And you can do that to every bonfire. Now that we have the right of kindling. So when we rest at this one specifically, we'd have to do it to all of them. But you can do it up to 3 times from the base, unless it's a special one, which has a need of a 10. We could have 20 Estus flask.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because you could, if you were brave enough, most people weren't, if you're brave enough to go down into the catacombs and fight Pinwheel, he's realistically not that hard. He does a bunch of like cloning of himself, so you kind of have to like find the real one. But yeah, you could do that, and it was like, it was one of the coolest things. It was just like, oh, this would make my life a whole lot easier if I had this.
So you forgot to do that, so you didn't have all the Estus flasks.
Yeah, and also I was going to change our armor to the Silver Knight armor because it's resistant against lightning.
Yeah, because he shoots those bolts at you.
Let's see, do we have 100% physical blocking shield? We do, on the crest shield. Because we're wearing the Mask of the Child, we
don't need the shield.
Yes.
as much.
As much. All right, so we're going to try to do this again.
Are you fat rolling or?
I'm medium rolling, meaning I don't have a lot of iframes, but I also have a shield that blocks more physical. That's fine. See, it did significantly less.
Did it not give you your souls the first time you walked through them?
No, because I had my shield up, so it wouldn't let me.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And he didn't. Yeah.
Did no damage to you. It goes soaked up by your.
About my stamina.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna. Yep. Exactly. That hurt.
Yeah, it did. Roll.
That's fine. Lightning does a little damage to me in this armor, so.
Nice dodge.
I think I'm just gonna go with the sword.
A little more fluid than trying to use the fire. Poisoned. What a douche monkey. Oh, this is lovely. Pulling up the menu while fighting. You might want to use Estus Flask.
Yep. He has a lot of time between that. That's going to be a dive. Do another one. You see now that we're further away from him, he's trying to do a bunch of ranged attacks.
Oh.
And 4.
Man, he's a slippy little sucker, isn't he? You might want to use a...
Shit.
No! We're going to get this. We're going to get this. We're going to do it.
It's there. It's not
You
impossible.
almost had him before without the 20 Estus Flasks.
Yes. I was also a lot lighter then, too. So that was the difference. I might change one of my pyromancies around. It would be better if I didn't fucking fight Laurentis too early. The first pyromancer that we came in count of, because he sells a spell called Iron Flesh, which literally turns you into iron. You can't move, but you're super tanky.
So tanky. So speaking of tanks again, some kids I like trains. I like tanks. And in my my love of tanks, there's certain tanks I love, like the T-34, the Russian tank.
Yeah.
That's just like, it was like it's not the first like modern tank or anything like that, but it was like the tank when you think tank.
Yeah.
You look at it, you go, oh, there it is. And it's just so cool. I mean, the Panzers were kind of cool, but they were small, and I don't know, the T-34 was like bigger, faster, stronger, and better. And it's like
work it hard at make it do it
They
better.
just kind of kept that design going in Russia for years. They would change what it is, but it was all based on the T-34, and there's a reason why. It's a beautiful tank. The guy that developed it was a genius, the way he did it. He actually died as soon as he got the contract for it all, but he was just like, he was right across the board. It's kind of cool. But then, of course, there's the Sherman tank, the M4, the workhorse of the Allies in World War II. And there's a handful of other cool tanks that you think about. The Pattons, and then you got all the way up to now, but all to the modern tanks. But there's the crazy stuff with the Germans, like the Tiger and Tiger 2, and then the Mouse. These other crazy tanks they tried to develop that never worked out. So I love to read and watch and just experience things about those. But one of the things that's really funny about it all, I think I talked about how the age of tanks, when they were the superior thing on the battlefield, was very short. It's kind of like the Wild West. It was only like a 20-year period. When people think of the Wild West, maybe 30 years, but it's this iconic thing in Americans' lexicon.
Yeah.
And the tanks are kind of the same thing.
They're
They're still a major part of warfare, but there's a lot of things that just completely make them null and void. But one of those things is
Klaus.
It's Air Force or planes, air superiority.
Yeah.
And so there's all these big battles you hear about in World War II. And some of them are they were tank battles. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter who had the better tanks and tactics on the ground.
Yeah.
It was who had the better Air Force. Who had control of the sky. They won. Because if you're up in the sky, the tanks can't do anything to stop you. You can just dive bomb them all day, and that's what happened. There's just all these major battles, and they're like, there's this major battle between these two tank corps, and the Germans had superior tanks in numbers, but they lost because the other side had the air.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. It's just really kind of funny. I love tanks. I love World War II era planes as well, but I like a lot of things about World War II and the development of them.
Well, same here.
It's that whole the way they were so mechanized.
Like it's like literally fueled by like the massive improvement during the Industrial Revolution. Like
yeah, it was all because of the Industrial Revolution that those mechanized wars, World War I and II, happened. But
and then we just learned learned how to do the technology better, and then it was just like.
Well, it's like when you look at war now. And I'm not going to expert anything, but there's a lot like you have drones. There's a lot more like electronic warfare and that kind of stuff, and it's very definitely interesting. But there's just something about that like it was like a pure analog war.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was like this is wire to wire, nut to nut, bolt to bolt. And now it's more. And there was still things going on. Electronics, radios were a big deal in World War II. That's why the Germans were able to use Blitzkrieg. 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I love World War II era guns as well. I'm just a World War II dude. I love that stuff. And it really gets the ladies hot.
Really gets them going.
Yeah, they get wet. You just start bringing up M4 Shermans and they just slide right off their chair.
Oh baby, say Panzer for me.
Say Panzerschreck. Did you ever see those videos talking about how to be like a real man? It's like the Russian or like Yugoslavian dude who wears the Adidas jumpsuit.
Shit.
You know what I'm talking about? They do the Slav squat.
Hold on. Just focusing.
Like Eastern European little gangster thing. There was this YouTube video. I can't remember
get in there.
what it was, but it was like got that block off just in time.
One more.
Whoosh!
Yes! Apparently you can cut off his tail. I've never been able to.
Oh, good job. You got that, man. Did you get a weapon out of it?
I can make a weapon out of those souls.
Cool. But you didn't get like a weapon like you do from a dragon?
No. Oh, well, if you cut off his tail, you do get a weapon. I have no idea what it does.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I've never tried to because he's fast as hell. Oh. Say Panzer for me.
Say Panzer for me. Anyways, they had this whole joke where like they just do like these typical Russian thug things, and they have a girl and she just slides off the chair because she's so wet.
Yeah. All right, so we'll rest here.
It's so stupid.
And then we're going to kindle this bonfire. We're going to talk to an NPC, and it's going to end this episode.
And it's going to end this episode.
So if you don't remember, this area is actually in the past.
Oh, that's right.
Because we got pulled through like the little wormhole.
Yeah, and that thing like it's literally a worm, like ate us.
Yeah, where it had like it's a hand that had like teeth on it
or something. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna kindle that because I'm probably.
Isn't that just what's it called? What is that? Hagfish is? It's just rows of teeth on the arm or a worm
much.
body.
Look at this.
Oh, look at that little shroomy. Or a big shroomy, I guess. The eyes seem so wise.
Princess Dusk's savior.
Remember the little princess we saved from we saved Princess Zelda from the Crystal Man.
We did?
It was like after we killed the Hydra, there was a golden golem crystal thing.
Yes, and that's what she came out of.
Yes.
That's right. She was like Zelda. Triforce. What are
Courage, wisdom, and power.
No. This just because she's like a shroom person. It just reminded me of the really bad Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah.
Like the king is a fungus and he's all over the whole city, and Koopa's a human-looking guy for some reason. King Koopa.
Yeah.
Boozer, and then all the.
Ooh, pear powder.
Yeah,
Yes,
it looks
please.
nothing like. I don't know. The closest thing to anything is that one's skinny, one's fat, one wears red, one wears green, and then there's a dinosaur that's supposed to be a Yoshi. That's like the
Yeah.
closest thing to anything in the movies. Isn't it Daisy in that?
No, it's in the Game Boy games. It was Daisy and the.
Yeah, in the movie it's Daisy. It's not Peach.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's weird.
and she's in love with, which I guess is kind of canon now. She's.
Let's walk. Oh, actually, I want to. Before we leave, I want to see if it'll show up.
She's Luigi's girl. What's the star princess's name?
Rosalina.
Rosalina.
I love Rosalina.
I think she's everybody's favorite.
She looks more real. Yeah, there he is.
Oh,
It's a scarecrow.
he fell right off the edge. I love that. All right, are we ending this episode?
Yeah, it's gonna end this episode.
All right, that'll end this episode. Have a night, ladies. As always, I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
We'll catch you guys on the flippy side. Bye-bye.
Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.